Alrighty then.
Welcome to Outdoor Fun.
Alrighty then, we're back at the cottage. Whew, I got my dirty clothes on and I'm ready to go into the underbelly, down into the dungeon, or whatever you want to call it, the crawl space under the cottage. And that's the wall we're going to do next. The one, the outer wall on this side. So between the porch and the cottage. So I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. I'm going to, well, I got to go under there and assess it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the same thing with the 2x4x8 spruce. That's going to basically create a header that I need for the 2x2 framing. But once I figured out the 2x2 framing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the insulation and the board, the plywood, and then I'll just go in and I'll place it in, screw it so that the plywood is still facing outwards. And this design actually I think will work out really well because I'm pretty sure it's going to be about an R value of around 4. And I bought these temperature sensors with a main unit in the cottage, so it's going to be the main temperature and then 3 sensors, and I'm going to put those sensors in different places, and I'm going to be able to kind of figure out over the wintertime, fall and wintertime and spring, how efficient everything is in here. Especially if I don't do the windows, or if I wait to do the windows, I'm just going to have a really good idea. And then I can always, the way I've designed it is I can always add another layer of bubble wrap on the inside, and then that has the that air gap, and that increases the R value significantly. I'd have to go look, but it's a huge difference. It's like I don't want to quote it, but it's like, could be like 12 to 20 or something like that. Um, anyway, I'm gonna crawl under here and kind of figure out exactly what I need. I bought the wood I need, the 2x4x8s, and I want to at least get that done today. Just kind of relax for the rest of the day, and then do the 2x2 framing I think tomorrow. So that's my goal. Anyway, let's just see how it goes. Stay tuned. All right, well, time to crawl under and just kind of do a little assessment. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going in. I hope I come back out. Hey, excellent. Yeah, it's exactly like the other side. So where they basically um, the main beams come this way, and then there's one header, and then they put plywood up against it a little bit lower, and then they put in the siding on that. So there's the header, and then there's basically plywood that's overlapping it. So there's a perfect spot to put a 2x4, and then I'll screw that in. Now I'm not going to be able to screw it in from that side, so I'm gonna have to screw it through the 2x4 into the plywood. But that'll be plenty strong because 2x2s will be, there'll be some force there, and it's not load bearing at all. It's just basically there to, to keep things insulated and keep stuff out. So that's why I put the rocks up against it. So hopefully that'll keep any rodents from wanting to try to dig in there. So anyway, let me get organized, get all my tools ready, and I will be going down and putting the first couple boards here. Stay tuned. One thing I didn't show last time was this. And you might think, why? What the heck is that used for? Well, when they put the siding into the plywood, they nailed them in. So there's actually, in some places, about maybe a quarter of an inch of a nail that's coming through, and it's all in this row. So when I first put the 2x4s, I was trying to screw it, and then I was trying to get the force of that screw to screw in through the nail, and I was having a hard time, but I found if I use this guy, I was able to compress that, and I could push the 2x4 into the piece of plywood, driving it into where the nails were. Then I could put the screw in, and then I could just move this over and do it again. And then I was able to get that 2x4 nice and flush. So anyway, I'll show that because I'm gonna use my other tripod and stick it right under there. So you're gonna see the glory of the underside. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, here we go. Check it out, looks quite a bit different in here, eh? Yeah, it's a lot darker, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna set this tripod up here. And I will get that first little bit done. And I'll get the first board screwed in so you see how this works. Oh, I just gotta crawl. Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm such a goof. Oh well, it's gotta be done. Actually, this one's a little easier. I don't have those screws. It's basically bolted. Let me see here. You can see where it's bolted instead. So, okay. Yeah, I know why. It's because the original Cottage actually didn't have this vinyl siding on it. It had wood siding, and you can see the wood siding in the porch. And then this is just the connection of the porch to the main cottage, I think, or something like that. Anyway, I'll have to look at that a little bit different, but yeah, that's perfect actually. And it's, if you look at these bolts, they're exactly 2x4 down. So I'm going to be able to just screw this 2x4 in very, very easily. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, it won't be down here as long. Well, kind of, but not really. Let's just screw it in, just so you see it at least. It's good though that I won't need that. Just toss it out of the way. Ouch. All right, let's get a couple screws in here. Come on. Okay. Make sure this is good here. Right to there. I'm hitting something. Oh yeah, there's a bolt or something there. There, I think that looks good there. I'll have to get my level and just double check the level, but that looks pretty darn good. Yeah, okay, and then that'll go there. Okay, that's perfect. All right, I'm just gonna grab my level and just make sure it's okay. Stay tuned. All right. Brought my flashlight because it's hard to tell. It's pretty dark in here. That's all the settings of the light. Anyway, it's perfectly level. Perfect. So I can screw that in. One thing I do need to do while I'm putting this wall up is look. There's one spot somewhere that mice keep getting in to the porch. Gotta see if I can figure out where that is. Anyway, I'll keep an eye out for it. Anyway, just an FYI. All right, let's just screw this in. Try not to smash my head on the roof here because there's nails coming from the floor. Let's just get a couple extra screws in here. Okay, gonna need another battery. That's all right. Yeah. Well, that's good for now. At least that's good for this part. You can vision the rest what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm going to do this 2x4 all along there and the same on that side. So anyway, I think that's good for this part of the video. You don't need to be seeing me struggle too much down here. Although I'm sure you're thinking it's funny. It is kind of funny and it is kind of fun. Anyway, check it out. There's another view. And you know, the reality is, once if I get to the point where, you know, I'm seriously thinking about putting in a well, then I'll redo all of the plumbing, like the water. I'll probably do like a PEX system. Be very easy to do. I mean, I could leave this for a while, but PEX system would work really well. Anyway, something to think about in the future. Anyway, stay tuned, and I'm not sure if I'll show much more of this, maybe a couple of cuts, maybe a couple of screws. And then tomorrow, probably do the 2x2 little framed walls. Anyway, stay tuned. All right, I figured why not just screw this back in. While I'm here, I got the new battery, and I'll screw this in, and then I'll measure and cut the other piece. And this battery's starting to, I haven't charged this one. This is the one I was using with the circular saw. It's a bigger battery, but I was using it for a while. So anyway, let's get this piece here. Oh yeah, there's Ben's toy. Hey Ben, check out your toy. All right. That's pretty darn good. I like that. I wonder what kind of height I'm gonna have in here. Oh yeah, there's 16 inches. Oh yeah, I think that'll work. I'll do the same 16 inches, I guess. Yeah, I'll just have to, maybe what I'll do is I'll put a bit more of this crushed stone and I'll move it around, and maybe I'll put 3 layers of the styrofoam. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not too worried about it. Not too worried about it. Yeah, let me measure this piece over here. All right, 49 inches. So anyway, that's probably good enough. I don't think I need to show myself under here anymore. I'm gonna cut that piece, 49 inches, bring it down, and screw her on. Stay tuned. It's so hard to get out. I'm such a goof. I have to admit it. Anyway, that's fun. Let me cut that piece. All right, let me make my way back down into the dungeon and I'll screw this one in. Anyway, I don't think you need to see that. I know, you know what it looks like. And then I'm gonna do the other side. Anyway, stay tuned. Alrighty then, I guess I lied. I am gonna need to use this because right here is where the porch is, but this far over is where the siding is. So I do have these little nails right here and here and here and here. So when I put this up, it'll be a lot easier for me to use this to push them in like that. And let me just get this level. I guess I should have put that piece in first. Ouch! Oh man, those rocks are sharp. Damn it. There. Put it right here first. Get that there. There. Let's put it here first. Oh yeah, like that. Get the first screw in. Ooh, this is tricky. Oh man. It's not the most comfortable place to work. Oh. There we go. Let me make sure this is still level. And it needs to go down. This side needs to go down. Let me see here. How can I get that down? Just like this. Like that. A little more. Come on, baby. It's not too bad right there. All right, so I'm gonna need another screw. Once I get this level, put this here. Yep, that's level enough. Now this could go down a little bit here. Shoot, I wonder if that matters. Yeah, I need to go down there a little bit. I gotta undo this one right now. Now I can go pop this guy down a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better there. Holy smokes. Ow. Awesome. And this one. There we go. All right. Well, that's it. 2 more screws. I'll do those now, and I'll see ya soon. Stand by. I figured I'd give you a different angle. So there, that's basically where the siding is, and they got these strips that this siding goes onto, and they're nailed in. So that's why, you know, when I'm able to compress this, I'm able to screw into there. And then I wanted to show you the original siding. It's like up there, yeah. And then they just put wallboard over here. And this was one spot where a mouse was getting in, and I had put some like that. Can't remember what they call this stuff. It's a anyway, you saw the picture of it, but you know what? I just noticed they've done it again up here. So I'll grab some more of that. And then I also got some foam. So I'm going to put some foam in there as well. I was thinking that it was this crack here, but I'm not sure. I might put a strip of wood there. Anyway, we'll see. Oh yeah, this is a famous fish from the lake. Yeah, pretty rare. Anyway, that's been here since we bought the cottage, so I just thought I'd share that. Anyway, stay tuned for more Mike Hogan Outdoor Fun. Insulated skirting under the cottage. Stay tuned. Alrighty then. Oh man, I was just under there trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. This is actually going to be the trickiest yet, because I don't have I'm not sitting on the outside. I'm actually doing this wall under the cottage, between the cottage and the porch. Anyway, I think I have a plan. I just measured the distance. I'm just going to double check it. I measured that yesterday. So I got to go back under there, measure that distance. I'm going to go 17 inches high. I think it's about 63, 64. I'm just going to build the 2x2 frame just to see what it looks like. I'm going to cut up some styrofoam strapping for the bottom. I'm going to bring the rake in. I'm going to rake everything that needs to be in front on that side, the gravel. And then I'm going to put down the styrofoam and then just see that that rough fits right. And if everything looks good and I can get it nice and tight, then I'm going to basically build the wall out here, then bring it in and then screw it up. So anyway, I'll just show you the steps and I'll show you what it looks like. Stay tuned. Yeah, it was 63, so just screw these together. All right, now let's go see how that fits. Alrighty then, this stuff is ready to go under to try it out. So I'm just going to crawl under and see how it looks. I'm not going to bother bringing the camera in this time. I'm sure you guys are all have had, you know, very traumatic experience watching me down there. So we don't need to add to that, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Stay tuned. All right, that fit really good. All right, so now I just need to cut 3 supports for that and cut a piece of the plywood and bring out the bubble bubble wrap and just basically turn, I'll show you. Turn this into fabricated section, and then I'll just go under, screw it in, Bob's your uncle. And then I just have to do that one more time on the other side. Actually, another side. Actually, this side, I might be able to assemble it on the other side. We'll see. Anyway, let's do this first. We'll see what it looks like. Stay tuned. All right, now I just need to cut a piece of plywood. Stay tuned. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but there's kids playing a couple doors down. They're having a blast. They're out in the water and they're out up at the beach area. Anyway, a lot of fun, man. Just reminds me of when kids were running around out here. Gotta go get my screws. Stay tuned. That's basically it. I'll just add a few more screws and then I'm going to go under and screw it up and make it nicely fit with the foam underneath it. Put some of the gravel up against it, and then I got to repeat that on the other side of the middle section. And then I've got the two ends that are under. Although half of it is under, half of it isn't. So I have to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that. So anyway, stay tuned. I might just kind of show you what it looks like at the end. I don't know if I need to show all these steps over and over again. I think you get the feel for it, especially this pre-assembling. I think that's kind of a good way to do it. So let's stay tuned, see how this looks in a little bit. All right, I'm just going to give you a quick view of what that looks like. Just from here. Yeah, so you can see it right there. So that's a panel that I pre-assembled and screwed in. I got to do the same on the other side, and then I have to find a way to connect the two because there's a big bunch of blocks there that I have to kind of figure out. I might put some spray foam. I might just put a piece of wood where that hole is and then spray foam any gaps that I see. And then, so I got to do the same on the other side, and I'm not going to do it today. I'm tired. But this is good. And I might, so if I do the other side, then I have to assemble something on here, but I can do it on the outside, which is easy. And then I just have to come up with a way of connecting the two around this block. And then on the other side, there's the same thing. It's basically, it's a symmetrical setup. And then at some point I need to go in and just put some of this gravel up against the styrofoam on this side, on the inside, and then I'm going to do the same on the outside. That should hopefully keep critters from wanting to dig and come under here. So we'll see. Anyway, stay tuned. Alrighty. Cheers. Bush light. Oh man, I am filthy. Can't quite tell, but it got pretty dirty on under there. So the first part of doing the skirting was pretty easy because I'm doing it all on the outside. Man, once you get under there, oh man. And it's the little things. It's like you go down, you take a measurement, and then you forget, oh shoot, I forgot that block was there. So then you got to go in, do another measurement, make a cut, in and out, crawling in and out, crawling in and out. That's why I just did that one section. I'll do the other section tomorrow or Friday and then connect the two. And then next week I'll do the outs, and probably the week after I should be able to finish this front side and then the road side and put in the doors. But you know what? I'm just gonna take my time. The sun just came out. It's gorgeous. I played pickleball this morning in Perth. Had a lot of fun, and I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the afternoon. I've just been under the cottage for an hour and a half. It didn't seem like that, but I mean, I started at 12:30 and it's 2 o'clock now. So yeah, that's good for now. But I should be finishing that section this week, and then I'll post this video. And yeah, it's coming along. I'm really excited. Oh, and I think I told you I got the thermometer multi unit, so it monitors the temperature in the cottage, well, on the base unit, and the humidity, and then it has 3 sensors. You can put them anywhere you want. They run on battery. So I'm gonna play around with that. I'm really looking forward to that. And I bought these other sensors that go along with my my video cameras. It's the same company, TP-Link, and I can hook that onto my phone, and I can turn on. I bought 3 outlets, so and they're 15 amp outlets, so I can put the power, the heater that I have, the analog heater, that you don't have to push a button to turn it on. You just, it's as long as the buttons, the manual buttons are engaged, it'll turn on. See, old style oil heaters, they're perfect for a small room, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if they can maintain the cottage temperature, you know, for a certain amount of time. So say I come and I have a nice big fire, and then I want to leave for say 3 or 4 days, you know, I'm going to monitor the temperatures and then maybe turn one of those on and see if it'll just get it to, even if I come here and it's 0 or 2 degrees or 5 degrees would be perfect. But a lot of times I come and I'll have a big fire, I'll leave, and I'll come back 3 or 4 days later and it'll be minus 20 or whatever it is outside, it'll be inside. So this whole experiment, well, all of this insulation is going to make a huge difference. And then experimenting with these thermometers and the controllable power, it's going to make a huge difference. I'm really excited. Anyway, stay tuned for the rest of this video. Hopefully, well, it'll be tomorrow or Friday. And then I'll post it on Saturday probably. Stay tuned. Alrighty then. I got another panel built for under there. But check this out. I never even thought about this before. Would have made my life so much easier. I've got some older pieces of plywood. It's just been sitting around. I'm going to put them under the cottage. I'll be able to crawl instead of rolling. And even when I crawl, I won't be crawling on the rocks. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that before, but it's going to be a perfect path. So as I'm working and finishing this wall, you know, I won't be like cutting my knees and all that stuff. So I'll be able to just wear regular shorts with my knee pads, not having to put those jeans on and getting all dirty and muddy, because it's kind of gross down there, to be honest. Anyway, I'm going to set that up, see what it looks like, and then I'm going to take that in. Stay tuned. Yeah, it looks perfect. Anyway, I'm just going to go shove those in. Then I'll install that piece of wood and I'll tell you how it went. Stay tuned. Ooh, actually, that little path of plywood works pretty good. You still got to crawl to get under. But then once you're under, sorry, you got to squeeze yourself in. But once you're under, you can kind of crawl right along the wood. Anyway, I forgot a couple of things. I found, I think I know what I'm going to do in that middle section of concrete. So I'm going to go down there with some extra bubble foil and some extra shims, and use the styrofoam as well. And I'm going to come up with something. Anyway, I'm going to go and put that all together, and then I'll bring the camera and just show you. Hopefully it turns out as good as I think it will. Anyway, we'll see. Stay tuned. Well, I'm glad that's done. Oh man, wasn't that bad actually. Ooh, I should probably just do it with jeans anyway. Although the knee pads are great. That little walkway under there with the plywood was nice. I'm gonna get cleaned off and get me, and I'll chat with you in just a second. Alrighty then. Cheers. Whew. Oh man, I'm gonna say that was hard work, but it was fun. I can't believe I say that, but it really was fun. But man, holy smokes. The second section went in pretty good, the second section of wood. I just had to kind of level the gravel and then put the 2 rows of styrofoam, and then it fit really nice. And then I was like, oh man, how am I going to connect this? Anyway, while I was under there, I took everything I needed. I took my bubble wrap and the tape and the stapler, and I actually came up with a pretty cool little way of doing it. I put like a bubble wrap on each side of the blocks. I folded and put the bubble wrap between. Then I stapled to the boards, the 2 boards, and wrapped it. And then I put a layer of bubble foil above, and then I taped it all together. So it's like this nice big encased bubble wrap, and it connects to the 2 floors, or to the 2 walls. It actually worked out really well. I'll just give you a quick show. Stay tuned. Take you in the other entrance just to show you. I just don't want to crawl all the way around there again. But yeah, there's my walkway, which was cool. There's my other wall, and check that out. I just wrapped it all the way around the blocks. So now I just have this section to do. It's the same on the opposite side, and then just this part where these 2 doors are. So you can see like right here, and then under the stairs, which I don't think that'll be too bad. Oh man, what a beautiful day. Look at the sun. She's beautiful. We're gonna have a nice sunset. Oh, all right, let me take my finishing comments. Just 1 second, stay tuned. Alrighty then. Finishing comments for this video. I'm pretty pleased. I knew it was gonna be tricky doing between the cottage and the porch. I didn't realize it would be that difficult. I mean, literally, I spent as much time doing that, what is that, maybe 15 feet? Not even that. Yeah, maybe 14, 15 feet, including the blocks. I spent more time doing that than I did almost the rest of the outside. I was under there for like probably altogether, probably over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Just by the time I figured everything out, kind of dug things up and leveled things. And anyway, it's all good. It's all done. I just have a little bit left on each side, and then the front and the back. I have other projects I want to start working on as well. I don't know if I really need to tape any more of this. I might just start working on the other projects and just do a little bit of this, and then just show you the whole thing at the end. I do need to get a load of gravel. I'm going to get a load of topsoil as well. The gravel, obviously, to finish the driveway, but also I'm going to put like about, I don't know, a good 3 or 4 inches of gravel all along, just to kind of keep any critters. And you know, I don't know if it has much of an R value, but it definitely has a creature value. So I'll do that, and I think that's it. I'm really looking forward to having the whole project done, like I said, and testing out the heat retention. So we'll see how that all works. Cheers for now, and see ya. Thanks for watching. See ya.